Hello everyone, welcome back to the class of C programming, and this time we will continue our discussion on functions, and especially when a function has input and output. Okay, so here is the syntax how we declare a function with input and output. A function, well, in some way you can consider itself. The name part of a function itself, it is a variable. So it has a type, function value type. So f type, it is a function type. And f name, it is a name you create for function. By the way, it's worth to mention the function name, it is just like the way you create for a variable name. Remember, there are some rules to follow. A name could be the combination of letters, digits, and underscore mark. And also, the name cannot start with a digit. It will have to be either a letter or underscore mark is fine, but it will not. And also, you cannot use the keywords in C language itself. And also, you cannot use any name already used, declared in the library functions. Okay, I should say in the library. In the function would be different. In the library, you cannot use a name already declared used in the standard library you include. Okay, f name, and then you would have a list of parameters. Or I would say just say variables. These are the variables. Variables are function, like a mass function. You have function of variable x, or you have a function of variable x and y. List of variables, and then this pair of bracelets is simply required. It is to include the body part of the function, and the body part of function. And I'm saying a main function, it is a function, and the body part of function, it is arranged similar to the body part of the main function. And usually each function, it is designed to perform a specific task. That's how we do it. Usually a function, it is written to perform a certain task. So you really would have to declare variables, and also usually there would have to be some executable statements like the assignment operator, and certainly most likely you may have printf, scanf, those things. So this is the syntax for a function with import and output arguments. And really it is very similar. My understanding, it is very similar to the function with or without imports, outputs. And for the function without inputs or outputs, somewhat in a much easier way, we use the keyword void here. Void, keyword void. Okay. And then when there are imports, you are going to be specific. How many variables there? And also you need to be specific about the type of each variable. The type, when you have a function with imports, you really need to be specific. Okay, a list of parameters. You need to list out all the variables and the type of each variable, because in C language, type is important. And again, one more time, 3 types: double type, int type, char type. So far you need to know. And this chart, I think, does not say a lot. Hopefully, it's not very easy to understand, right? This is a function. If a function is very well written, we really don't need to worry about what's inside the function. We only need to know what we need to import and what we may expect. So that is the implementation of function. And function interface comment. You want to put some comments for the function and precondition, postcondition. We will talk about all those things as needed, or for now, I'm just going to skip this part of discussion. Certainly, comment is needed. As you can tell, later on, when we have small program, and after a while, when you read your own program, and you may have, I guess, you may have trouble to read your own source file. So comment. First of all, really, I'm going to say, you really want to say it is prepared for yourself. And more importantly, so others can read your source file, okay? Prepared for you and others. The comments. Make some meaningful comment. And then let's take a look. I think in this chapter, chapter 3, the first example we talk about, it is about to find out the circumference and the area of circle. So indeed, find out the area, it is specific task, right? It can be arranged into a function form. Find the circumference, it is a specific task. It can be arranged into a function form. So indeed, this is the figure on the textbook. It's simply making those tasks, each task as a single function. So the first function, it is the common, you read the comments, okay? And then when we write the function, define the function, there's a type for the function, clearly read the name here, find underscore circum. Hopefully it's easier simply by reading the name of the function. I say the purpose of this function, it is to find the circumference of the of a circle. And certainly you don't want to just need to find out the circumference of a circle. It is for any circle. So with a different radius, there will be different circumference. So you are with the textbook is considering the variable, it is the radius. Radius, it is double type. That's the import. And the function itself, it has a value. It's the circumference. So it's a double type too. So what we are having here is it is a function with one import and then one output. And indeed, the output simply can be achieved. Okay, the output simply can be done using a single return statement. Remember, in the main function, we use return 0. And now for the double function, is well, if it is the case, you could return 0. I'm saying you could return any value. Because clearly this time we are expecting the circumference of circle, so the return value would be 2 times pi times r. And also be very careful, indeed the textbook type here, it is 2.0, because I guess you really want to give a try. If you type in 2 there, what would happen? In general, what I can tell you here is an integer really is different from a double type. Okay, when you put a 2 there, it is considered an integer. So the result you may have from this expression may just tend to be an integer result. And then clearly, because of pi, well, the result, it is really not an integer. And then possibly there could be errors. And certainly for nowadays, because the compiler is doing different things, the compiler may pick up from there and change the integer automatically to the double type. But anyway, it is possible. You may get the value for circumference simply as integer type, because 2 is the integer type. So I just want you to know. The main purpose, the comment I made here, it is you know there are different types in the C language: double type, int type, and char type. Especially double type and int type, they are different. Actually, on the same slide, there's another function, still very simple, because we said that we are going to write a function for each simple task. So the second function, we're doing similar things. Find area, find underscore area, and still the variable, it is the radius, okay. And remember, pi, it is the constant macro. It would be replaced with the constant macro defined in the beginning, 3.14, that kind of thing. And then find the area, it is pi r squared. And also, this time you want to be very careful, there is a function POW. POW, I should have mentioned it earlier, it is raising to the power. This is r raising to the power of 2. Power, it is a function defined in the math library. Okay, it's taking 2 inputs. By the way, POW, it is a good example for a function with 2 inputs. Okay, r raising to the power of 2, r raising to the power of 2, and then multiplied by pi. Then it is returned to find the area. So 2 functions, and be very careful to look at those 2 functions carefully. And basically, I believe the assignment I give to you is just ask you to rewrite the program in the very beginning. I think this is the program in the very beginning. And the assignment is to rewrite this program and then replace each statement with a function call. That is all you need to do. So you figure out how you make a function call to find out the area, and then you figure out how to make a function call to find the circumference. Okay, the main function is right here, and the functions are provided too. The functions are provided too, and you just want to put them together. You just want to put them together. You just want to put them together. That's for this week's assignment. And then take a look. Well, this is the effect of function call. Basically, the function call, let's say the function call occurs in the main, then it will pass.